the organic chemistry, and we were discussing the organic chemistry, the functional groups, naming the functional groups. Last time we discussed alcohol. Just a quick revision. Alcohol means they contain OH and the name should end at all. So, example, you have 4 carbon atoms. OH is attached with the second carbon. How many hydrogen this on the left hand side carbon will have? The total number of hydrogen. The carbon on my left. So it will have 3 because carbon maximum can form 4 bonds. So if one of them is used, so remaining 3 will be there. Hydrogen. How many hydrogen this carbon will have, which is attached to OH? It will have 1. This will have 2, and the last one will have 3. Now, how we name alcohol? Alcohols. So the rule for naming alcohol, we number the carbon atoms first. We select the longest carbon chain. Only the carbon chain does not include any other element. So this is our longest carbon chain. Then we number the carbon atoms, and the numbering should start from nearest branch or double bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So third position, or if I count from right hand side, the third carbon is having a OH. If I count from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second carbon is having OH. Which numbering I should follow? It's from left to right. So I should follow the numbering from left hand side to the right hand side. As there are 4 carbon atoms, so what is the prefix used for 4 carbon atoms? But is for 4. That's right. So I will write but. What kind of bond is there between the carbon atoms if they have a single bond? If there is a single bond throughout, we'll write in. But in this case, because the functional group, yeah, we will write A, and E. But because when there's a functional group which is starting with a vowel like alcohol is there, so we do not write E, we remove E. So it will be butane. Now OH is not present with the first carbon, OH is present with the second carbon. So we'll position the OH, so it is 2 and all. But because of carbon atoms and because they have a single bond, 2 is the position, and because of OH it is all. So it is butanol. Is it clear? Now the next example, I want everyone present here to answer this. What is the name of this alcohol? What is the name of this alcohol? I want participation from everyone, those who are present. Yeah, pentane, 2 all. That's right. Because first we select the longest carbon chain and then we number the carbon atom from nearest branch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So second position we have a OH. So second position we have OH. The reason why I number from right hand side, because when I number from right hand side, the OH is with the second carbon. If I number from left hand side, OH with the fourth carbon, that's why. it is butan 2-ol, not butane. Sorry, pentan 2-ol, because 5 carbon pen, single bond N, and OH is present with a second carbon. That's why it is 2-ol. So this is what we discussed last week about the alcohols. Now another functional group which is known as a carboxylic. The carboxylic acid, their name should have oic acid. The name should end at oic acid, and they contain a group, a functional group, which is C double bonded with O and H. You can write in short, you can write COOH, you can write that in short, or you can also make it further short, CO2 and H. All the ways are correct. For naming carboxylic acid, it is very easy because we don't have to number the carbon atom. This is always the first carbon atom. So example, and this group is always at the last, so C double bonded with O and OH. This will be H2 and this will be H3. So how many carbon atoms are there? 3. What is the prefix used for 3 carbon atoms? Prop. So prefix use is prop, so I will write prop. What is the bond between the carbon atom? What kind of bond is there between the carbon atom? Only the carbon atom. We don't bother about carbon and oxygen. Between the carbon atoms is a single bond, so it will be N, ANE, but I will not write full ANE because the functional group, when we name the functional group, the name of this carboxylic acid, C, is starting with C, but organic name, it should have oic acid, so it is starting with a vowel. So if it's starting with a vowel, I will not write ANE, I will write only AN. Propane. And if this is a functional group, this C double bonded with O and OH, what we call that as oic acid. So this will become propanoic acid. Is it clear? The name of this compound? Another example, C double bonded with O and OH. Either it will be on the left hand side or on the right hand side. CH2, CH2, CH2 and CH3. How many carbon atoms are there? Now total number of carbon atoms. So 5, what is the prefix used for 5? Pent. So this will be pent because of 5 carbon. What is the bond between the carbon atoms? So single, it is N. We'll not write ANE because again it is starting with a vowel, the oic. That's why. And because of this group, C double bonded with OH, it will be pentanoic acid. Is it clear? Pent because of 5 carbon, N because of single bond, and oic acid due to C double bonded with O and OH. Another example, HC double bonded with O and OH. What is the name of this acid? So basically, we check the number of the carbon because there is one carbon only. The prefix used for one carbon is meth. Between carbon, there should be a single bond for N. There's no other carbon, so that's why it is also categorized as alkane. So methane. And because of C double bonded with O and OH, it is oic acid. So it is actually methanoic acid. Another example, CH3 COOH. What is the name of this compound? It is ethanoic acid because eth because of two carbon atoms and because they have a single bond, and oic acid because of this COH. If it is written C3H7COOH, what is the name of this compound? Name of this acid? So when we check, we count all the carbon atoms. 3 plus 1, 4 carbon atoms are there. Don't count only this part, include this carbon of COH as well. So it is actually 4 carbons, so it will be but and oic acid or butanoic acid. Is it clear how to name these carboxylic acids? Then we have halogens. We don't bother whenever we are naming an organic compound, we don't bother about number of hydrogens. The organic compound, the main structure or the skeleton of the organic compound based on the carbon, that's why we give priority to the carbon atom. We don't bother about how many hydrogens are present. Then another group which is called halogen. Halogen, as we know, group 7 elements which are also called a salt former: fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine. If chlorine is there, we'll use the term chloro. Bromine is there, we'll use the term bromo. And if iodine is there, we'll use the term iodo. So select the longest carbon chain. Number the carbon atom. From nearest branch So example, we have a structure which consists of, say, 4 carbon atoms. And bromine is attached here. CH3, CH2, CH, and CH3. So I will number, because this is a carbon chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which numbering I should follow? Left to right or right to left? So I will follow the numbering from right to left. So it's better erase the other number so that you will not be confused. Now, second position we have bromine. So how to name? First name position of a branch, then name of the branch, and then name of the chain. So we have second position bromine. So if I have bromine at the second position, I will say 2. That's a position of a bromine, and bromine is there. We use the term bromo. If fluorine is there, fluoro, chlorine is there, chloro, iodine is there, iodo. BROMO. 2 bromo. That's position of a branch is 2. Name of a branch is bromine is there. That's why I use the term bromo. And because there are 4 carbon atoms, so what is the prefix used for 4 carbon atoms? Yeah, that's right, Hussein, your answer. It's butte because of 4 carbon atoms. And what kind of bond is there between them? They have a single bond between them, so it will be N. So it is 2-bromo-butane. But if 2 branches are there, we'll use the term di. If 3 are there, we'll use the term tri. If 4 are there, we'll use the term tetra. Example, another example. Less than a minute, I think a minute left. So I will just quickly go through this example, and the next session, the next link, I will complete this. So CH3 is there, CH2. So this is our first carbon, 1, 2, and 3. So first position and second position, we have a branch. So I will say 1, 2. First position of a branch, second position, and 2 bromine are there. So if 2 bromine are there, I will use the term dibromo. 1, 2 dibromo, and 3 carbon are there. That's why I will use the term prop and single bond in. So first and second position, I have a branch, but because I have 2 branches, that's why 2 identical branches, that's why it is di. Bromine is a branch, so bromo and propane. Is it clear?